Just a short while ago, I posted a video of myself trying out the Jim Venetos or JVGA golf swing for the first time using my 56-degree sand wedge. And for the most part, it was pretty successful. Today, I'm going to take what I've learned and try to graduate now to my 46-degree pitching wedge. Now, if you've never heard of Jim Venetos, you don't know what this swing is all about, I highly recommend you go to his channel, check it out, link in the description below, or watch my first video on the swing as well to kind of give you an overview of it. But very quickly, kind of the Coles notes, you set up in a very closed position and then focus on stillness while keeping the majority of your weight on your lead side. This is a lead arm dominant swing, which is great for me because I'm actually a lead arm dominant golfer. I'm a right-handed golfer playing left-handed golf. Now, in my first video, I really encouraged you, the audience, to kind of participate by letting me know if you see anything that I'm doing wrong, especially if you're familiar with this swing. Maybe you've been part of Jim's Academy. So I really appreciate that feedback because I'm trying to grow with this swing as well. And I'm going to try to take some of the feedback that you gave and apply it to this round as I try to explore it now with my pitching wedge. So here's some of the advice from the comment section that I'm going to try to apply today. Number one, I'm going to try to swing easier. I didn't feel like I was trying to swing out of my shoes or anything like that, but a couple of viewers noted that it looked like I was swinging or trying to swing too hard. So I'm going to try to make a conscious effort of swinging lightly today. Number two, I have to make sure that when I set up that the face is pointed to the target, on the target line. So it's going to look very closed. A couple keen observers noted that it looked like I was opening the face a little bit. So I'm going to try to keep that close to the target line when I set up. Another tip that came in, and the third thing that I'm going to try, is that after you take your closed stance, set the club with the trail hand, then grip the club with the lead hand, which should help keep your stance closed instead of putting it down first, which could open up that lead shoulder. So I am really going to try to set the club with my trail hand, then grip it with my lead hand. And hopefully that keeps that stance closed to the target line. And so I'm more prepared for success. And tip number 4 was just to play the ball back a little bit further in my stance, which I actually think is going to help me because I did feel like when I close my stance by moving my trail foot back and kind of closing my shoulders, it almost feels like the ball's too far ahead in the stance just because of the angle I'm at. So hopefully by playing the ball a little bit further back in the stance, that's going to alleviate that feeling. So that's the advice I got from you. But then just recently, I watched another video of Jim's that I really, really liked. Link to the video I'm talking about right now in the description below. But he talks about just focused on keeping your core still. Now, I know stillness is a big thing, but he says, forget about your arms, forget about your hands. Focus on keeping your core still, and your arms and hands will kind of do it automatically. So that's going to be my main swing thought. After I incorporate the setup suggestions from you guys, I'm going to really focus on just trying to keep that core quiet and swing smoothly. Once again, if you have experience with this swing, if you've checked out Jim's channel, if you have any advice for me, please leave it in the comment section below. Also, let us know if you've had success with this swing or if you've tried it and it just wasn't for you. I am not a believer that there is a one swing fixes every one system out there, but I do believe that certain swings might be better suited for certain people. And so if you haven't given this a try, I encourage you to just tinker around with it like I am, explore it and see maybe if it's a fit for you. All right, so just a few shots here to establish a baseline so you can see kind of what my normal pitching wedge swing would be like. All right, okay, so let's give this a go. So first thing I'm going to do, last time I kind of played the ball up a little bit, I'm going to play it, I'm going to shift my body forward compared to the ball. So kind of from the sky cam here, you can see that, you know, I feel like my center is more here. So the ball's back further in my stance. I'm going to close my stance. And then with my trail hand, I'm going to make sure that that is still pointed to the target. Now on course, this might be harder, But on the fiber built here, I've got the nice track, so I have a pretty good idea if I'm lined up to my target or not. But that would take some practice out on the course. Then I'm going to grab with my lead hand, secure the grip. Okay, leading on my trail side. Now I'm just going to focus on swinging smooth and keeping my body, my core closed. Okay, so that was definitely an easy swing. All right, so spin a little lower, but it got there and went out there. I gotta say that perfect draw. So here we go, set up again, nice and closed. I'm gonna bring my trail foot back here to help with that closed stance. Trail hand setting the club, face still aligned to target, and keep my body nice and closed. Now look, I'm telling you, this club face looks massively closed. I know it's square to the target, but to my chest, it is massively closed. Feels like I'm hooking this club face. And then just keep that body still and closed. Not sure what that one was. Didn't feel like it was going to the left, so I don't know what that was, but here we go, closed. Pivot closed here. Grab it. Okay, so I often have low spin. So that's low spin for a pitching wedge. But I often have low spin. So it's not too bad for me, but I am concerned that it wouldn't stop as much as my normal club or my normal swing would do. So here we go. Very easy though. All right, I'm going to set up a little green here. Around 120 away. See how we do. Set up, closed. Club face still pointed at the target. Grip my club. Focus on keeping everything closed in the core. Closed. Feel like I'm swinging really lightly today. So hopefully it doesn't look like I'm swinging on my shoes, because it certainly does not feel like it. Closed. Sure that's pointed to the target. And I want to show maybe above here how this feels in my view. So if I pull this up and frame, like that is what it feels like in my mind's eye. Show this camera as well. Like it feels like my club is literally like that. So it feels really weird to swing that way when I'm gripping, because everything in my brain is telling me that is not good. But it is on the target line, even though I'm severely close. So here, grip it. Make sure I stay closed. Focus on stillness, focus on the core. I mean, the hardest thing might just be the mental part. There's so much mental in here because of what we've been taught and how I've swung for so long that this just feels so strange. And that might be just the biggest hurdle of all, because again, don't know what it's going to be interesting when I get into some longer clubs, how it goes. But there's really no problem transitioning from the 56 to the 46. Caught that fin. Registered as a ton of spin. I don't think that's accurate. No. I mean, it feels weird, but so there you have it. That was my attempt with the pitching wedge. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed today's video, please consider hitting that like button. Also consider subscribing so you don't miss future content like this. You are appreciated, and we'll see you next time on Golf Quest.